the show. Linda got a letter in the mail. Okay. Opportunity knocks. Mrs. Kaplan, we're thrilled to be exhibiting your work Thursday. I know this all came together a little last minute, but our secretary is only part-time and she sometimes gets behind. I've sent along some forms and samples for the ad we plan to run in this week's paper. I know it's probably the last thing you want to worry about right now, but what's the point of putting on a show if no one knows about it? Anyhow, I know this is all a bit hectic, but while we might be small, we have a lot of heart, and we're very excited about your show. Nicole Adams, Westlake Gallery. Okay, so... and his father on the beach. Is there anything else hanging around the house for me to look at? Well, I mean, at least... oh dear, they've disabled that lamp. This one's on, that's good. What do we have on the wall? Paul called again. Are you going to call him back, Lynn? Strange. What's that all about? What would Paul be calling for? And for that matter, who the heck is Paul? Alright, here we go. Opportunity knocks.
Has it been 5 years already? I still remember the thought that blindsided me when I saw Tommy for the first time. He's my new creative work. TJ gave me such a look when I told her I was going to cut back on my painting, but she doesn't have any kids, so there's no way she could understand. It's hard to top creating an entire person. Maybe she thought Dan told me I had to stay home. That would have been a very short conversation. Still, I can't ignore the fact that it's time to figure out what on hold means. What would it look like to go back full-time? Do I want to?
Okay, so the wife, I think her name is Linda? I'm terrible with names. She put her career on hold whenever the son Tommy was born, so she's trying to figure out now how exactly to come back. Okay, there's a journal there. There's something on the wall there. I'll have to wait until Dan is no longer at his typewriter. Here we go. Let's get in the room.
Paul. Hey man, if I'd known my letter would set you off like that, I wouldn't have written. My fault. Let's both just calm down. I see now that it was stupid to ask if you knew any art agents. That's like you asking me if I know any professional sculptors. Dumb question, point taken. But believe me, no one's more worried about the schedule than I am. I think about it every day. I can't get away from it. Most nights I start thinking about it and can't stop. My heart starts beating out of control and I have to get up and try to work just to calm down. I'm not slacking off, man. I shouldn't have made you think I was focused on anything else. I'll get everything sorted out. Seriously. Dan.
Oh dear. I think that was his agent that he was talking to. Had the moment. What do we have here? In arts and entertainment news, the Westlake Gallery has announced a show by visiting artist Linda Kaplan. A resident of Laurenton, Miss Kaplan is visiting the coast with her family and has completed a new series she describes as an expression of restrained emotion using society's imposition on nature as a lens. Well, isn't that nice and artistic? Details of the show will be forthcoming. Local art enthusiasts will be doubtedly pleased to learn that the community center will be... strange. Okay, I don't see anything else in here for me to mess with. Oh! He's out of his office. Opportunity knocks. I keep saying that over and over. Opportunity knocks.
It just never stops. Every time I plot something I think will hold together, it falls to pieces. This thing was supposed to be done months ago, but the further I get, the harder it is to make it all work. Nothing's ever as simple as it seems at first. I'll think about a problem for days, finally come up with a fix, and then realize it breaks something somewhere else. I can barely hold all the threads together. Sometimes this thing just feels too big for me and I want to burn it and walk away. But what else would I do? And the deadlines don't help either. I can't think harder or faster. This stuff comes when it comes, and getting stressed out about it just makes it harder to get the words down. Like right now, I'm writing about the thing instead of working on the thing. Damn it, Dan, get to work.
Ooh-wee. Friday, wrap draft. Saturday, family day. Sunday, dialogue pass. Fix Alice. Revisions. Win. He's got one hell of a situation. I think... Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I know what's going on with... I know what's going on with the family in entirety now, or, well, the husband and the wife, Dan and Linda. This note, good for one adventure, signed Daddy. Oh, wow, okay. It's over here. He wants to go down to the beach and look at shells. Okay, I'm pretty sure, search his memories. Okay, so I'm missing one clue for Linda, it would seem. Linda's clues. Where would the next one be? I mean, I already checked in here. There's nothing else to read. No.
Never enough time.
What did I miss? Aha!
Big news, Barb. I'm putting on a show. Can you believe it? I've already got butterflies. It's been so long. I'm glad it's a small gallery so I can ease my way back into things a bit. And I want to do it right. I'd forgotten how much work goes into things that aren't painting when it's time to put on a gallery. You know I could never stand all the logistical rigmarole. Plus I have a piece I really want to finish before the show. So much to do. I want to take it seriously and go through the whole process though, because if the show goes well, who knows? Hope to hear from you, and hope you can come, of course. Yours always, Linda.
Okay. Didn't know she was on the chair there. I need to pay closer attention. But that should be everything, so... Oh, she got up! Oh, you Okay, where are you headed now? I have to read your thoughts. Kid's coming down the stairs. It's out of the question. I can't mess with her memories now.
I forgot what it's like.
Aha, got it. Okay, what are we looking at here? I wish I had a sprint button. What have we got going on here?
I don't know yet, honey.
What is it, Mommy?
Okay, there's another memory somewhere in here. I think I'm being a little bit quiet this episode, mainly because, I'm really focused on trying to figure out what's going on, more than, talking about commentating on the situation. What do you have in your journal this time?
So much for a choco. I wish I hadn't done so much research to find sites and trails, because now I keep catching myself daydreaming about them instead of working. I still need to get out of the house. I've done the Ridge Trail probably 15 times now. It hardly seems worth it anymore. Finding new spots is half the point. I guess tomorrow I'll check in town and see if there's a local guidebook or ranger office. Maybe there's something I haven't found yet. Something nearby is still better than nothing.
Oh boy. Okay, so... not taking the trip to Ochoko was it's really affecting her now. Jeez. Exit memory. Okay, back into the lamp. Okay, where's the sun? I think he's down in the, okay, it's wholly better for me to be looking for Dan. He's, brilliant. Just where I need you, Dan. Okay, what's in your mind?
Hey, what's wrong?
Oh my. The writing seems to be taking its toll. Writer's block is pretty It's a pretty nasty thing to have whenever you need to get something out, but the creativity just, it's not something you can control. It's not like a faucet you can turn it on and off.
I could tell Linda and Tommy were disappointed, but I wouldn't have been any fun on vacation anyway. Too stressed about getting to the finish line. I did try to have a little fun with the bonfire, which could have been described as roaring, for a good 30-minute period anyway. Getting out of the house turned out to be a good idea too. Spending the night on the beach reminded me of a church retreat we did back in 7th grade. The smell of the bonfire gave me such a strong memory of a crush I had on Jenny something. Or was it Jennifer? I can't remember. But I do remember those flushed schoolboy emotions. I think I can use those for the scene at the dance.
What type of a book is he writing? That's what I'm curious about. Okay, exit memory. Okay, now all I have to do is figure out what's going on with Linda. For the most part, I already know what I'm going to do. Linda can get the compromise. Tommy's going to lose out on this one because I really do care about Dan getting what he needs in his book. Now if these two would just stop occupying the same room. Says the candy store is our secret. Is he feeding his son something that he shouldn't? Oh no, wait. What am I doing? I already searched her memories. I need to search the son's memories. Ooh, that was a close one. Okay. Go into the kitchen. Go into the kitchen. Go into the kitchen. Yes, in the kitchen. Alright, there we go. What do we have here?
Right down there.
Cool. Can we go?
Oh boy. I hate to see the kid lose out, but gotta make a choice, right? He's not too pleased with his father. Clearly, you can see kind of a not the best of faces. Or not... He doesn't have a smile on his face. Okay. Now, take my bucket to the beach with Dad. Okay, we could take care of the promo forms on the coffee table. And for Dan, we've got... chain myself to the typewriter to make it. Well, isn't that nice? I know which one I want to choose, it's the typewriter. Problem is, I gotta wait for him to get away from it. Okay, finally, he's out of the way. Well, do or die. Okay, yes. Here we go, typewriter. Now, we skip forward to the night. Okay. Don't have to worry about being caught at this point. Let's see what's in the journals this time around. The Diary of Claire Bradford, September 7th, 1961. I realize now that this isn't about Roger. It's about me. I have to decide who I want to be. Marrying Roger will set so many things in motion. We'll be a well-to-do couple, safe and secure with wonderful friends and loving families. I may slowly fade into being Roger's wife instead of Claire, but that will be society's doing, not Roger's. He loves me too much to do that. But what about my music? If I'm accepted to Berkeley, I don't know what we'll do. I can't ask him to quit his job a month after he starts, but what kind of couple lives in separate cities as soon as they get married? The decision can't be this black and white, can it? Position and safety versus a crazy pursuit? Alone? Is there any way to have it all? Do I even want it all? Will I ruin everything no matter what I choose? It's interesting to see how, I, the ghost, have influenced people's decisions in the past. So, right, I might want to snag these pamphlets. Yes, take the pamphlets. Sorry, Tommy, sorry, but you're not getting the benefit this time around. You're kind of stuck. Okay, now there should be another journal somewhere around here. Maybe it's up here? Aha, there's one on the bedside table. The Diary of Claire Bradford, September 8th, 1961. Roger and I talked everything over today, and it was a mistake to speak so soon. I never should have brought any of this up without making up my mind first. Now I've only made things more difficult. I guess I was daydreaming, and he asked me what was on my mind, and before I could help it, it just came out. Although, maybe I wanted to get it off my chest. I told him I wasn't sure it was the right time to get married, and it upset him badly. It didn't matter how many times I told him that I wasn't calling it off, that I just had questions, that I hadn't made up my mind either way. All he heard was that I didn't love him anymore, which isn't true at all, but it didn't matter how many times I said that either. He's gone off for a drive, and now I'm here in the house alone. And I think I've made up my mind. I hope he gets back soon so I can tell him. Ooh. Kinda curious how, she moves. I'm pretty sure that that's all of the journals in the house, so... Let's talk to Dan, shall we? Dan couldn't get past the thought that missing yet another deadline would drive one more nail into his career's coffin, so he holed up in his office and wrote all weekend. He found a rhythm and stayed with it as long as he could, eating meals at his desk instead of with the family. The non-stop clacking of the typewriter filled the house. Dan couldn't find the time to write Linda's promotional materials from scratch, so he offered to stay up late Saturday night to help her fine-tune the copy. Her take on the ad, heavier on visuals than originally planned, needed only minor wordsmithing, and the late night paid off with an ad they were both proud of. Tommy spent Saturday playing by the window, looking out at the beach, and wishing his dad wasn't so busy doing grown-up things. He tried to use the shovel that came with his bucket as a jump for his cars, but it was too light and kept sliding out of the way. It was weeks before he played with his bucket again. Poor Tommy. But that's how life works. You can't always get what you want, and I know which things I care about to give time to.